Hi there folks, welcome to my new subscribers. Didn't expect to have any subscribers this early on, so thank you for subscribing. Today I'm going to be going through my standard Seitan recipe. This is the one that I use if I'm taking a standard chicken recipe and substituting in Seitan. It's got a nice spicy rounded flavour to it. I think it's just a great base starting point for a Seitan. Not all my recipes will use this one, but any that I've literally taken, ripped out of the internet or books or whatnot, changed about and mucked about with to find a way of working it with Seitan, this is the one I tend to go with. It's a good Seitan for that purpose. So to start off with, the first thing I like to do is organise all my spices. So first spice up is 1.5 tablespoons of sweet paprika, followed by 1 tablespoon of cumin, then 1.5 tablespoons of garlic powder. Next up we will have 1 tablespoon of sage, half a tablespoon of basil, and half a tablespoon of thyme. And now that the spices are prepared, we can go ahead and to our stand mixer add 250 grams of vital wheat gluten. And immediately follow up with 20 grams of nutritional yeast and 25 grams of chickpea flour, also known as gram or Besan flour. And once we have those in the stand mixer, we can take and add the 6 spices that we've already prepared. So that's our paprika, cumin, garlic powder, sage, basil and thyme. Then grab yourself a whisk and just give everything a wee mix together. You could use a spatula as well, whatever's at hand. And now we want to prepare our wet ingredients that we're about to add to the stand mixer. So we're looking for 300 ml of vegetable stock. I'm quite content to use pre-prepared cubes. If you want to go with your own vegetable stock, that's your call. Not everything has to be complicated, and this is an easy one to use that still adds punches of flavour. Once I've got that prepared, we're also going to add to that 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. So from there, we can now take our vegetable stock and soy sauce mixture and add that to our stand mixer. Now, what I'm going to show you here is what will happen if you turn your stand mixer on with the ingredients as is. You'll find it doesn't want to mix, and you'll just have the spindle, is that the word? Turning in the centre, not really catching the dough. So what we have to do before we go and do this is grab a spatula, take that and give everything a mix so that the moisture gets into all the dry ingredients, and from there we can then turn our stand mixer on. So what you see here is the sort of consistency of Seitan we're looking for. Now if we don't have that, you might need to go back in with your hands and just mix it a bit more until you're ready to let the stand mixer do its thing. We then run that for 10 minutes just to get it nice and firm. So whilst the stand mixer's running in the background, it's now time to organise our stock for simmering. Again, I just use a stock cube, and we're looking for 1.2 litres here, and you can just see me putting the stock cube straight into my stock pot, and then we'll add the water when required. And next up, we're looking at 1.5 teaspoons of an all-purpose seasoning. Then it's 1 teaspoon of onion powder and half a teaspoon of garlic powder. From here we can add 1/3 of a cup of soy sauce. And unfortunately it's badly out of shot on this one, but this is 1.5 teaspoons of white wine vinegar. And lastly, before adding our water, it's half a teaspoon of liquid smoke. So off camera I added 1.2 litres of water, and then I put the Marmite in, but unfortunately I seem to have got the footage on that badly wrong, because you can only see me scraping the Marmite out of the wee tub that I had it in. So I'm not sure where I went wrong there, but I did. So we're adding 50 grams of Marmite to the stock and just scraping any excess we've got out into the stock pot. Now by this point our 10 minutes should be nearly up. So all we want to do is prepare a board, put a little bit of our chickpea flour down on it, and then we're going to rest our seitan on this for 10 minutes. So once our 10 minutes has passed, what we're going to do is sprinkle some more chickpea flour just on the top of our seitan, and then we're going to get out our rolling pin. And we're going to work this, and we're going to knead this, and we're going to roll this, and we're going to work it, and we're going to work it and work it and work it. It takes a good bit of effort to get this stretched out, but it's well worth it, so just keep pushing at it. Roll away, get to the edges and try and get it nice and flat. We're looking for it only maybe a couple of centimetres thick. Now grab hold of a really nice sharp kitchen knife and make nice straight even cuts through your seitan. We're looking to try and get all the pieces of a rough equal size just so that the portions are controlled, so that everyone gets something similar if we're using our seitan at this size. You may cut it for future use to a smaller size for chunks or whatnot depending on what you're making. But this initial batch, we just try and get all the pieces approximately the same sort of size. Obviously it's curved, so there'll be some variation. And nothing fancy from here. We're going to take half of this batch and we're going to plop it into our stock and just bring this up to a steady simmer. Just be careful because this stock should also already be warm, not to burn yourself as you're placing your seitan in. Give it plenty of space just because these are going to expand. You're going to find they're going to double in size roughly as you cook them. And our other half, we're just going to take and put these into a small casserole dish and put these into the fridge for an hour whilst we're cooking off that first batch. So as we now have an hour to kill whilst that first batch is cooking off, we can get on to a little bit of cage, clean as you go. Just get your work area back spick and span, ready for them coming out the stock pot. And with an hour now up, we can bring that first batch out of the fridge. And now that that hour is up, the seitan that we've had simmering away in our stock pot for the last hour, we can bring that out and leave that on a chopping board. Whilst we're leaving that on the chopping board, we bring over our casserole dish that has the stuff that's been in the fridge, and all we do is transfer that to the stock pot, then transfer the seitan that we've just brought out into the casserole dish. We'll rinse and repeat that process over the next hour, and when we're done, that's us, all ready to go. So, hopefully you've enjoyed it, hopefully you give this a batch. Thanks for watching, and all the best to you. Take care folks, bye for now.